can go ahead and start on your back. That'd be great. Good job, puppy. And if you had your 2 blocks, you could place the blocks underneath the back. So you get a little opening to the chest. All right, good afternoon. Go ahead and lie down wherever you are. The knees can be bent. You can shuffle your tailbone back and forth and support the back of the head if you have those 2 blocks. If not, it's okay. Just take a moment and start to shift into nice little afternoon practice. For the dogs, it's now, of course, their afternoon nap, which is not necessarily different from the other afternoon nap. It's just in a different place. Go ahead and let the shoulders drop away. Maybe look left and right. And allow the chest to start to lift and open. And go ahead and maybe take the hands either to the belly or just on either side of the ribs here so that we can connect with the movement of breath. Inhaling, feeling the rib cage expand, and exhale, soften. So as you're inhaling, feeling the ribs press out into the hands, and exhaling, softening across the collarbones, the throat. Shifting into practice from whatever was going on before, letting that just kind of wash away. Leaving all of those things that don't need to be done right now, leaving them off of the mat or outside of this room. Feeling the jaw coming away from the skull. Maybe even making some circles with the jaw. Squinching the face. Pulling through the nose. And then go ahead and reach the arms up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, we'll bring the arms back down, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach up. And exhale. Keep going. Inhale, reach, exhale. The elbows come towards one another, towards the ground. A few more. Last one. Matching the breath and movement. And down. You can press into the floor with the hands, the feet. Roll yourself up off of the blocks. We'll place the blocks off towards the side. And then rolling back down onto the back. And once you're down, just shift the hips left and right. And then we'll hug the right knee into the chest and draw some big circles with the right knee. Switch directions. And then we're going to take the right ankle over the left knee for figure 4. You can press the right inner thigh away, and we'll slide the left heel in and hug the whole leg arrangement to the chest. So this can take a couple of moments to just kind of rock back and forth, move the chin, get heavy in the shoulders, maybe point and flex the feet. And then we'll stay here, hugging in. Feeling the back pressing into the floor. Just allow the shape to do the work for you. So rather than trying to squeeze everything in, just the weight of the arms, the heaviness of the legs, softening the inner thighs. And release. The right foot come down, followed by the other foot, and then second side. Left knee in big circles. I'm working on the range of motion for this hip, switching directions. And then we'll cross the ankle over the knee. Take a moment to let the tailbone tuck slightly so the low back is flat, and then go ahead and hug everything in. Moving through the joints. Listening to the sound of your own breath, allowing those sounds in the soundscape to just pass through, whether it's noise outside of the room or outside of the house. And we'll unlace the legs. Heel toe the feet as wide as the mat, and just let the knees drift right and left. And giving yourself enough space let the quads start to stretch. And then from here, we're going to roll all the way onto the right side so that we've got your knees kind of at a 90-degree angle. And then our arms are going to be together, so we're going to open and close like a book. You can start with the head on the ground, and we're going to inhale and then bring the arm, left leg open, and exhale. Hug the left knee in, close the arms together. Inhale, open, and exhale. Come together. Pushing the back of the right hand, the back of the head onto the floor. So we're isolating the breath and the work on the left side of the body. If you can get those deep diaphragmatic breaths, then meaning that the belly is coming away and we're filling up all the way to the low back, great. Trying to keep the right side body glued down. 2 more. Last one. Should be about 10. We'll move back to the right side. And then just extend the right leg, and like you're drawing half of a sunset, open the left arm up, deep twist. Feel free to tuck the tailbone back and forth. Feeling the twist at the navel, the sternum. Maybe nod the head. Or if that left arm, the shoulder's still raised a little bit, take the arm above the head. We don't want to overtax the shoulders. From this twist, we'll move back to our little fetal position and roll back onto the back. And do some rolling bridges before we move to the second side. Planting the feet about hip width distance apart, press into the floor, peel the back up, and then reach the arms above the head. Exhale, roll everything down together. So we'll inhale, fill and lift, reach the arms, and exhale, down. Keep going. The object here is to reach the hips away and up. So like you're trying to get the tailbone to lengthen. Trying to gain more length along the side waist. It's less important how high you can get the hips. They'll generally travel about to the height of the knees. Last one. And then go ahead and just roll to your left side. Creating your little fetal position here. Let the left side be heavy. And inhale. Open. Exhale. Flip. Going for 10. Remembering that we're breathing into the belly. And hug that right knee up a little bit. So it doesn't have to stay in line with the left knee. Pressing the left side body into the floor. Two more. Last one. Back onto the back for another set of rolling bridges. 10. So lift the belly, lift the hips, and exhale down. So breathing into the belly like this kind of helps the low back gain some more space, or bringing spaciousness to the sacrum by filling up the belly. Finding this breath and movement together really encourages the brain to stay focused. Last one. And come on down. We're going to hug the knees into the chest and just draw some circles. Before I move to opposite hand and foot, a little cross crawl. Bring the legs to their tabletop position, reach the arms up towards the ceiling, and just tap the heel and the thumb and lift. Heel, thumb, lift. Being really mindful about the heel and the thumb coming down at the same time. You'll feel those touch right about at the same time. Once more each side. Pressing into the low back for stability. And then from here, we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Hugging the soles of the feet together, interlacing the fingers behind the knife edge of the foot. If the shoulders are curling up, see if you can roll them back down as we press and iron out the whole spine towards the floor. Feel free to do a little circle with the tailbone or rock right and left. And then we're going to keep pressure of the big toe ball mounds against one another as you release and lift the legs up a little bit. So you have this little diamond pattern and there's a little space between the heels. From here, we're going to inhale, reach the arms above the head, interlace the fingers, extend the pointer fingers, and hugging the upper arm bones to the ears, we're going to exhale, curl up, and reach the arms between the gates of the legs. Inhale down, exhale, curl up. Maintaining some space underneath the chin. So rather than the chin all the way tucked, I'm going to have a little bit of space between the chin and the chest. So you can maintain these long, deep breaths. And that helps to give feedback about how intense you're working intensively. Want to maintain long, deep breath through everything we do. If you start to feel the breath catching, it just means it's a little indication that you've gone a little bit too far. 2 more. Then after this last one, we'll assist the knees closed. And bring both legs off to the right. Give the low back a little pause. And then both knees through center and over to the left. We're going to again push into the backs of the arms, isolating the low half of the body as you just twist left and right, going at your own pace here. And after you go once more in each direction, you can continue to roll off onto one side until you start to make your way over and through to your all fours. And we'll find our all fours, pressing the hands into the floor. And we'll tuck the tailbone under, push up between the shoulder blades. Inhale, find a cow pose, and exhale, cat. Rolling through the spine. See if you can wave from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Last round. And then we'll step the right foot back. We're going to roll to the inside of the right foot and slide the left foot off of the mat. Peel the right arm up so that we're in a modified side plank. Continue to press the floor away and lift up. Make some big circles with the right arm. A good stretch all along the outside of the right foot. Switch directions with the arm. And we're going to continue with a little bit of core work. You're going to keep reaching that right arm up and press yourself up until you're in gate pose. From your gate pose, fold forward and crawl out. We're just going to shift the hips back and forward. And then from here, walk the hands back around. The left hand plants. We'll peel the right arm back up. We'll add into that later. And then roll back to your all fours. Cat, cow. Finding a neutral spine, we'll step the left foot back, slide the right foot off the mat, roll to the inside of the right foot and press yourselves up. So if as you're moving up, and I'm kind of not wearing the best pants for this, but your tailbone is tucking so that the hips stack over one another, and then big circles. Left arm making big, big circles, turning the palm forward, down, and away. Switch directions. Next time the left arm is lifted, keep pressing into the outside of the left foot to lift yourself up into gate pose. From here, we'll walk the hands forward again and just hips back and forward. Once more, crawl the hands back around. Side plank modified, all fours. From here on your all fours, we'll bring the inner thighs to touch and just let the hips sway right and left. So that gate pose is going to be the foundation for some of the series that we're going to go through. This time we'll step the right foot back, lift the right leg up, curl forward, and step the right foot to the inside of the right hand. Take your time to find an even low lunge. As you're pressing into the sole of the right foot, top of the left foot, you can find an even easy way to come up. Hooking the thumbs, we'll come over to the right. It's a little bit of balance work here as you roll the inner thighs together. And then we'll lift and come over to the left. Again, a little balance work, still figuring how to maintain the left hip over the left knee. Inhale, center. We'll exhale, bring the hands to the inside of the front foot. Take the right hand to the right knee and draw big circles with the knee in one direction. Switch directions. So my back is going to end up being turned towards you as I plant the right hand to the inside of the right foot, sliding the left foot behind me. I'm going to step that right foot back, and here we are again in our side plank, modified. From this modified side plank, we'll push down and lift up into gate pose. And then from there, we're going to tick-tock back and forth. So come off to the left, lift, right hand down, lift, as if you're moving into like a reverse warrior, and back and forth, tick-tocking. Last rotation. And now as the left hand comes down, we'll cartwheel the right hand forward, both knees down, a little cat-cow to find your neutral spine again. And moving on to the second side, the left foot steps back and lifts. Bend the knees, stepping forward, giving the hips as much room as they need as you inhale up. You can remember, hook the thumbs the opposite way as you push down and come over to the left. Center, over to the right. Center, both hands to the inside of the left foot, and then we'll take the left hand to the left knee as you make big circles. Switch directions. And then we'll take that right foot off as you sweep the left leg around, pushing down into the floor, tuck the tailbone, modified side plank. Bring the back foot so the toes face the left side of the mat and we'll press down to lift up. So we're in our gate pose and then tick-tocking back and forth, swaying the upper body. Inhale up. Exhale. Come off to the side. After this last round, you'll continue to bring the upper body forward and through, left knee underneath the left hip. And from here, we're just going to walk the knees back a little bit. Take the hands a little bit wider and start to draw big circles with the hip in one direction. Switch directions. And with the inner thighs coming towards one another, squeeze the inner thighs, squeeze the ankle bones, and release the chest to the floor. Once you get down, make a little pillow for the forehead, and just sway the tailbone back and forth. We'll bend the knees, we have one little fishtail, and draw big circles with the feet in one direction. Switch directions. And extend both legs. Pressing down into the floor, we'll slide the hands to either side of the side waist. Engage the whole leg as you push the tops of the feet into the floor. And inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, come down. Inhale, peel up. And exhale, down. As you're lifting, you're going to have the sensation that the chest is crawling forward, kind of like a wiggle worm. But the feet are anchored and the hip points are anchored. Once more. And this time we're going to curl the toes under. Let the knees be heavy as you press yourself up. So the toes are curled under, shoulders out of the ears. And then send the hips way back, toes curled under. Bring the forehead towards the floor. We'll walk the fingertips off to the right. And then over to your second side. Back to center. And you can stay with the toes curled under if that feels beneficial for you. So you walk the hands up, or you can flip the feet over. And so we're going to interlace the we're going to make fists and press the fist into the back and the back into the fist. And start to allow those shoulder blades to slide down. You can nod the head. Or just softly look left and right. Back to center. Release the hands. We're going to plant the hands and immediately lift the hips for your downward facing dog. Spend some time here, pedaling the heels, swaying the hips, pressing the floor away. And we're going to work breath and movement together here. On our inhale, dip the knees down, lift the chest, and exhale, roll from the tailbone, pressing up and lifting back to downward facing dog. And inhale, so we're waving through a cat-cow, adding in, moving through tabletop, or moving to the knees, and then downward facing dog. 2 more rounds. Last one. And we'll arrive in downward facing dog, traveling the hands and feet together, creating a forward fold. Just let the upper body hang. You can bring the weight forward to the toes, back to the heels a couple of times, or make some circles. One way and the other. And the feet can be nice and wide as you deeply bend the right knee and bring the right hand to the center between the feet. We're going to curl up towards the left. It's a little bit of a halfway lift twist. You see that the hips are not necessarily in one line. That's okay. Look down and up a couple of times. Come on forward. Second side, left knee deeply bends, attempting to get the outside of the arm to touch the inside of the leg. Peel up. Exhale down. And we'll walk back out to our downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, we'll take 3 breaths. Soft face. Gripping with those fingertips. We'll inhale, drop down onto the knees, lift the chest. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, flip the left toes over as you press the right leg back. Inhale, step the right foot forward and we'll lift to our low lunge. Hook the thumbs, exhale off to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale off to the left. Inhale, center. On this exhale, forward fold, we're gonna, in one swoop, slide the right leg back and move to our modified side plank. Inhale here, exhale, press yourself up, getting caught onto your knee, and we'll tick-tock, reaching the left arm back, and exhale, come forward, reach the right arm forward. We'll just repeat that one more time. Inhale, up. Exhale, this time we'll cartwheel the hands through, curl the left toes under, and lift to a 3-legged dog. If you have space, you can keep the leg straight or you'll bend the knee and draw big circles with the knee in one direction. Switch directions. And then just bring the right foot to meet the left. Pause for 3 breaths. We'll inhale, rock back down to all fours. Lift the chest. Exhale, press the left foot back. Inhale, step the left foot forward, coming up to your low lunge. Hook the thumbs over to the left. Center, over to the right. Center, here's where we'll come forward. Slide the left foot back, moving directly into your side plank. Press into the floor to lift the chest. Left arm down, right arm up. And then with that steadiness in the low half of the body, come back forward and one more time. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale, come all the way through. Plant the hands, curl the right toes under, lift the left leg up, 3-legged dog. Bending the left knee or keeping the legs straight if you have room. Big circles in one direction. Switch directions. And then the left foot just steps to meet the right in your downward facing dog. Traveling the hands and feet together again for another forward fold. So for this forward fold, we're gonna try and stretch out the back a little bit more by softening through the knees, sliding the hands up to the thighs, and then really draping. So reach forward with the chest and drape the upper body on top of the thighs and get really heavy. I like to bounce a little bit. So I'm using the pressure of the thighs on the front side of the body to give the back side of the body some more space. It's a great opportunity to slide the hands underneath the feet, Padahastasana, and help encourage the upper back by pulling, elbows bend, trying to pull the chest forward and down. We'll stay here for another 2 breaths. Seeing where you can move the breath in the lungs and back to gain a little bit more space. Release the hands from the feet if that's where they were. And we'll plant the hands and step back to downward facing dog. A little bit different from here. We'll do some knee down sun salutations. Drop down onto the knees. Press into the tops of the feet. So rather than the toes curled under, press into the tops of the feet and walk the hands back so that you're standing on tops of the knees towards the back of the mat. And if you're like me, you need to just kind of find where your body is in this space. You need to crawl back a little bit. And we'll inhale, sweep the arms up. Lift up and look up. Exhale, just listen here. We're gonna drop the chin, sweep the arms down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Let the shoulders lift up. Exhale, the arms down. We'll add in. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, come forward. We'll bring the arms down and slide out to your all fours. Curling the toes under. Slide forward of the kneecaps and release the chest to the floor. Flip the feet over. And then rather than bringing the hands down to press up, we're going to extend the arms out in front. Tent the fingertips. And then inhale, lift the chest. We're getting lots of space on the either side of the sideways. Exhale, come down. If you want the arms to be a little bit wider, even at cactus, that's fine. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then on this exhale, you're going to slide the hands back, toes curl under, keeping the knees and thighs on the floor. We'll press into a knee down, upward facing dog. So you can see that the shoulders are out of the ears. And rather than cricking my neck back, just look forward so that you'd be able to look left and right safely. And then we'll press the hips back to the heels. Stay for a moment in your child's pose. And you can flip the feet over as you push into the shins. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Lift up and look up. Exhale. Sliding out to all fours. Inhale in all fours and exhale to the floor. Reach the arms out in front or to the side. Inhale to a back bend. Exhale, slide the hands back to either side of the side waist. Here so the toes curled under, thighs down, upward facing dog. Lift the navel in your transition as you reach the hips back. Child's pose. We'll do 2 more rounds going at your breath pattern and pace, so you might be a little bit more quick than I am. Or a little bit slower as you lift up. Exhale. Slide forward. Inhale. And exhale to the mat. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands back. Forehead kisses the floor again. Toes curl under. Inhale, upward facing. Knees down. Exhale, hips to the heels. One breath. And last round. Knee down, sun salutations. Exhale. Slide forward. Inhale. And exhale to the mat. Inhale, extend the arms. Lift the chest. Exhale, forehead comes down. Prepare. Toes curl under. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, back to your child's pose. Go ahead and rock on the forehead. Maybe walk the hands to one side or to the other side. And we'll do a little low back release. You can walk the knees towards the hands, flip the feet over, and just drop the tailbone down so that you're seated on tops of the feet, toenails pressing into the mat. The hands can come to the hips. We're just going to draw circles with the tailbone in one direction. So here's our little belly dance practice for the day. Switch directions. And we'll get in a nice, comfortable twist. Just let both hips come off to the right. The top of the right foot will snuggle into the sole of the left foot. And then we'll take the left arm, make a big sweeping action as you take both hands to the right side. Tuck the tailbone and twist. Feel free to look left and right. Or nod the head. We'll pause in our twist. And walk the hands around. Switch sides. Hips off to the left, top of the left foot. Snuggles into the sole of the right foot. Tip the tailbone back and forth. Big sweeping action. Right arm across the body. Twist. Tailbone nice and long. Maybe look left and right. Nod the head. Circles. Pause for a moment. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Center. Back to your all fours. Downward facing dog. This time we're going to deeply bend the right knee and send the right leg up. Step the right foot to the inside of the right hand. Left knee to the floor. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, come forward. Both hands to the inside of the right foot as you sweep the right leg back. Left hand plants. Inhale. Modified side plank. Press yourself up. Gate pose, reverse gate pose. Back through center. Curl the left toes under and lift back up, three-legged dog. We're going to add in the second side. Step the right foot forward. High lunge. Inhale up. This time as you exhale, come forward. We're going to plant the hand and heel toe the right foot off of the mat. Roll to the outside of the left hip for a different type of modified side plank. Inner thighs are crossed. Right toes are off of the mat and we're pressing the hips up. On this exhale, plant the hands and step back to your full plank. Inhale, full plank, and exhale to the floor. Inhale to your back bend, and exhale, downward facing dog. Second side. Deeply bend the left knee, raise the left leg up. Step the left foot forward, right knee down, find your low lunge. Breathing in, breathing out. We'll transition all the way around, modified side plank. Push down into the floor, lift up, reverse your gate pose. Back to center. Cartwheel the hands around. We'll curl the right toes under, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Send the left foot forward to the inside of the left hand again. High lunge. Inhaling up, exhaling. Right hand plant. Roll to the outside of the right foot and heel toe the left foot off of the mat for modified side plank. Lifting up to the side waist and exhale. Frame the foot, step back to plank. Find a breath here and then to the floor. Back bend of choice and downward facing dog. So from our downward facing dog, we'll find a forward fold. Allow the upper body to hang. And from here, we're going to feed the hands. So let's start with the hands behind the legs. And then you're going to feed one hand through the backs of the legs, hooking the front shin, and feed the second hand around until you find a little bit deeper grip. You can start to lift the hips in this forward fold. I'm going to stay here for a few breaths. So if you need to play around, finding the right distribution of weight, the right placement of the feet, head hangs. And we'll release the hands, walk back out to downward facing dog. Wiggle the hips, maybe twist one way and the other. We still have the second side to do. Finding a forward fold again. And this time, see if you can get the opposite reach with the arms. So if you had one hand lower before, see if you can switch. As we bring more weight to the heels, press the thighs into the abdomen and lift up. This time we're going to release, plant the hands, travel back out to downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Drop back down onto the knees and bring the hips to the heels. Child's pose. Finding your child's pose for 3 breaths. Slide the hands up to the knees. Roll the shoulders down and away. And we'll swing the legs around. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. From here, just a little forward fold. You can bend the elbows and capture the head. If you'd like a little bit deeper hip, you slide one foot in front of the other and just come forward a little bit more. Trying to let the body just soften down. If you're taking one foot in front of the other, go ahead and switch. Inhaling yourself up. Assist the legs together. Holding onto the backs of the thighs, tuck the tailbone. We'll start to curl down onto your back. So now you can just make yourself nice and comfortable. If you'd prefer to sit, go ahead and sit. Start to allow the body to drop down. The eyes to close or soften. Maybe the hands are on the belly. And start to invite that awareness of breath back. So noticing the breath as it travels in through the nose and out through the nose. Noticing the weight of the body heavy on the floor. And start to tap into the sensations at the tips of the toes and the tips of the fingers. The sensations on the palms and the soles of the feet. At the wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Seeing each of these spaces starting to light up. The collarbone on the right and left side, the belly button, the pit of the throat, knees, ankles, the right hip and the left hip. The heart space, the brow point, and the crown of the head. And as you're inhaling and exhaling, starting to see all these little light points start to flicker and grow. Until as you inhale, they grow a little bit bigger, exhale, pulsating. They all become one big ball of light surrounding your whole body. Just allow yourself to hover within this ball of light. Watching on your inhale as it pulsates a little bit more expansively. Exhale, gets a little bit closer. And stay with that ball of light, a cocoon around yourself. Starting to feel it warming you from the inside out. And staying with this ball of light and this warming sensation. Start to send that ball of light, healing, warming energy off to someone that you care about. And sending it off to someone that you don't know very well, but you see regularly. Taking another little bit, sending it to someone that you're struggling with. Healing ball of energy and light. Warm light, imagining it covering all of these people. And start to send it a little bit further off to people that you don't know and you can just imagine all over the planet. And saving some for the animals and the plants, for the water, for the earth. Until you can visualize your little balls of light, healing, warm energy covering the entire planet. And then start to see it grow even bigger with that inhale, out, reaching the atmosphere, exhale, as if you were the earth breathing, pressing out into the universe. And staying with this visualization of this light emanating from yourself, going all the way out into the furthest reaches of the universe, connecting with all the other light sources. Start to slowly bring that light back to you. You feel it warming your body. And we'll take our hands and we'll take that ball of light and we'll snuggle it right into the heart space. So that you know that that's always where it is and you can take it out whenever you'd like. More than welcome to stay just as you are, on your back for as long as you would like. Or if it's time to shift and move to the next thing, go ahead and take your time. Rolling off to one side, maybe pressing yourself up. Still feeling this warm ball of light snuggled right into the heart space. When you get up, make any movements that you need to. We'll end with the sound of one Om. Om, the manifestation of that essentiality of light, allowing it to ripple and vibrate through the whole body. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And inhale to chant. Have a wonderful rest of your day. May be safe, may be kind, and know that you are loved. Thank you.